What's good? It's your boy Shay coming back at you with another Big Brother 27 hashtag BB27 update. As always, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, select all so you don't miss out on anything regarding Rigged Brother. But first, you know what it is. Your boy is safe for yet another week. Big Brother 27, the live feeds went live last night. I mean, for those that missed the show, I'll make it really quick about the show because we were live review for the show, and I'm not going to spend this review talking about the show when we got some things to talk about from the live feeds last night. So we found out that the accomplice is Amy. Then after finding out that the accomplice is Amy, nothing happened. It was really, that was super rigged to me because there was no way the house could figure that out. Yep, somebody noticed her walk in and push a button even though she walked in behind everybody. So nobody was looking. So it was on, the whole house wasn't even in there. So there was no way the whole house could even figured it out because when she started the timer, it was only a couple of them in there. Then when the house went completely black, she pulls out a little remote that she done had stashed on her, and she presses a button to flip that. And then on top of that, they want me to believe that there was no way that Rachel could get in the house unless she went and hit some button by the painting.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
So that little twist of whatever in itself was a dud, and it was made to make sure that there were 17 house guests in the house. It was nothing more than a distraction to get everybody off the trail of getting Rachel out of the house. Which, let's talk about Rachel being in the house. I predicted that Rachel was going to get some sort of immunity and would not have to would not be eligible to go home this week, because if she was eligible to go home this week, it should be unanimous in the house that, this chick that's been in the house twice and actually won the game, we should put her up and put her ass out. So production came through, hashtag PIFE. Production was definitely in full effect. They came out and kept her safe and then let her pick people to be safe, which was what? Will, Zach, and I'm spacing the third one. I'll either add it in here or you can put it in the comments.
What kind of shit is that?
After, they do all of that, then we get to see a little bit of gameplay. We got to see that Ashley took a 2-hour shower, which caused everybody to feel some type of way about her. Chada, I thought this was supposed to be your buddy, bro. She's an idiot. But, I mean, if she got any tips, she got them from you, and you're not very good at the game either. But that's neither here nor there. So the nominees ended up being Ashley, Amy, and Zay. I thought the show itself was okay, but it was just too much production. Zach found out that his $10,000 is not just $10,000. It's a $10,000 bribe. He can keep the money, or he can buy his way off the block if he's in trouble. Like, here we go with just a massive amount of extra twists. And so here's my question, because y'all said that rewards came with winning them situations. Like, I don't even want to call them HOH comp or whatever. It was just situations like Jimmy won one, Zach won the other. So is Jimmy going to get some type of extra reward with his, or his whole thing was he just got to pick who was going to play in the HOH? I mean, if that's the case, those prizes are not very balanced at all. I mean, that's not a fair deal at all. But what else happened? We went from, I mean, it was just 90 minutes is too long. These episodes are not worth 90 minutes. You just putting extra filler. You're trying to make it seem like you're doing a bunch of stuff, but it's just really extra filler. And so, we watched, what else did we watch on the episode? we saw Kelly volunteer to go up on the block with Vince, which that ends up being a very important theme for last night, all the way together. And so the show ended with, Ashley, Amy, and Zay on the block. And so we got to see who wins. We got to see who wins veto and what have you. So last night I did come back for about an hour and some change, about an hour and a half. We came back and so we could discuss the live feeds. So when the live feeds come on last night, it was disappointing in the beginning for sure. It comes on and obviously the first person we see is Rachel. Rachel and Jimmy were having a conversation. And right when we were starting to figure out who possibly has the veto, production cut it off. And that was a theme throughout last night that really was upsetting me is every time people were starting to talk some game, it was like production didn't want us to hear game for whatever reason. The live chat is gone. So all you toxic people, the people that be in my comments saying the most disrespectful stuff, hey, we can agree on stuff, but the disrespect, hey, I'm just going to block you. You're not disrespecting me, bro. I'm 43 years old. Why you little kids think y'all can talk to me any type of way, bro? Y'all got to have better home training. So they cut the live chat from the live feeds, and they claim it was because of from viewer feedback, which I don't even know what that means. So the live feeds had the live chat gone. Plus, there is no flashback feature. Now, LNC has recorded most of last night. I was going to put some of it in this video, but I may save it. We may go over some stuff maybe later or even tomorrow once I get some more stuff put together. If we do go over that stuff, it will be live on this channel, LNC Big Brother. And so when the feeds come on, you see Jimmy and Rachel kind of talking, scheming or whatever, but everybody else was outside. And the part that really pissed me off was everybody knew that the cameras just went live. So they had been told by production, hey, we're getting ready to finally go live. So these house guests have known that they haven't been on TV for like 3 or 4 days, which is insane to me. We heard that there was a fight that already happened that maybe production will show us a snippet of it or whatever, but it didn't sound like it had too much of a lasting effect. And then we figured out that Ashley won veto. Okay. Ashley won veto. And as you can see on the screen, you got Vince, Kelly, and Keanu. So Vince and Kelly were doing a lot of talking with each other. There was a lot of gaming between Mickey and Ashley, which Ashley is just, bro, she's not good at this game. She's not long for this world. I mean, they let her get the veto, but I don't even want to say they let her because I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. But she has the veto, and so Amy, she's still on the block. Zay's still on the block. So obviously, Vinny's concerned about putting his fourth person up. Now, here's the thing with Vince that really makes me upset. When dude got picked to play HOH, he was rapping. Jimmy was even talking to him about scenarios about like, look, if we get to the end and I want it, will you throw it to me? And Vince like, oh yeah. Then Vince get in the diary room. Nah, man, I got to win this HOH. I got to keep me safe and I got to do this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Talking all of that shit. As soon as he gets HOH, now he's, oh man, I don't want all this blood on my hands. I don't want to get too, I wish, first of all, we got to retire some of these overused phrases in Big Brother. And one of them is, I don't want to get too much blood on my hands. I have said this 1,000 times and I will say it again. Everybody gets the same amount of blood on their hands. Everybody. Either you're going to put up 3 people or you're going to have to put up 4. And I get when you go, well, I just want to have to put up 3. Well, okay, that's cool. But you understand that the job, you knew the job before you got it, that you may have to put up 4 people. But this is where it gets weird. So Vince and Kelly obviously are close in a way. I don't think like, I don't want to go so far as say showman's close, but they're definitely close as from what we can see so far. We saw in the episode, and then we saw it more continue last night in the feeds. So mainly it's just everybody at the pool, people playing pool, other people sitting at the pool and in the jacuzzi, and then it's like a sprinkling of people in the house. I'm talking about, I believe it was Will, Mickey, Ashley, and maybe one other person. And people were just going in and out, and Amy was going in and out, and others. You know, it's 17 people in the house. It's hard to really get, by yourself at this juncture. So Rachel and Jimmy, after they get done talking, we didn't get to see their whole talk, but we saw when they came outside. So groups get to kind of split up or whatever, and then Jimmy is sitting on this couch with Kelly. And he's wondering about who he should put up and all these things. And it looks like the house is trying to get Jimmy put up and get Jimmy put out. And I can see this already because from what I saw last night in the show, Jimmy's gaming a little hard already. I thought it was a little weird for him during the episode to like, all right, Rachel's safe. I'm with you. Rachel gotta go. She's gotta go. She gotta go. But she's safe. So now that she's safe, what are we talking about? Don't mention her. It's over for that. And so he was still trying to game with that. And as we saw, Morgan, dumbass, is talking about we should keep Rachel because we can learn a lot from somebody who won the game. Yeah, you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot about how to get evicted by a past winner. So Jimmy, I think he's been running the mouth a bit much. And so apparently Jimmy told people that he want Keanu to go up and out. So Keanu found this out. And ain't no member of the bloodline just going for that. Like, I'm surprised he ain't have Paul Heyman set up the one-on-one. So Keanu goes to Vince, who's sitting with Kelly, and he's like, look, we need to put Jimmy up. We got the votes, and Vince is like, well, I need to know this for sure before I make a move like this. I got to know for sure before I make a move like this. And then, they're kind of talking through it or whatever. And then Keanu's just like, we could just put him up, bro. Like, you got to put somebody up. You might as well put him up because you can't put up any of them have-nots because it's 4 have-nots from the episode. And, you can't put up Rachel. And the house target looked like it was Ashley. She's off the block. So, and we saw that Ashley, and right before this, we saw Ashley and Vince have a small little conversation in the kitchen, nothing major, just talking about like how the ceremony, they was hoping the ceremony wasn't going to be early or whatever. I don't think the ceremony is going to be too early. Like, it'll be sometime this afternoon. And, so they're sitting outside going over this Jimmy thing, and Vince is just so scary. Vince is sitting here. He's like, well, I've already had to put up 3 people. I got to put up 1 more person, and you got these people safe. But if I put up Jimmy, then all the people that was going to vote for Jimmy going to come after me. Like, Vince has Jedi mind tricked himself into believing that literally the whole house is coming after him next week. He's already talked about all the people, and I'm like, bro, you got to understand that just because somebody will vote for somebody doesn't mean they're going to crash out for them. And yeah, you putting Jimmy up might make a person or two look at you a little differently or whatever. But for you to sit here and think that somebody will see you put up Jimmy and then they'll win HOH, and instead of them going after their own target, they're going to go get revenge for Jimmy. Jimmy ain't got it like that. I fail to believe after 1 week, Jimmy has it in a way where people are going to crash out and crash their games to go after Vince for putting Jimmy up. And so Keanu's trying to explain this to him. And then Kelly out of nowhere goes, you could put me up. Why don't you just put me up? It's safer, it's easier, blah, 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 blah. Why does this girl keep asking to go on the block? Do you just want to go home? Do you not want to play? I'm being so serious. Do you just not want to play the game? Because I'm confused as to why this girl repeatedly keeps asking to go on the block.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Keanu is just still like, man, we should do Jimmy. Like Keanu, I give him credit. He got enough head on his shoulders for that one, where he's just like, bro, we gotta just put Jimmy on the block. Let's not make this all complicated. And Vince is sitting there. All of a sudden, Vince is crying. Man, what the fuck you crying for? You crying already, bro? And why is this fool crying? Because he's gonna put up Kelly.
But the women.
Vince, you cannot put up Kelly, bro. First of all, I think she shit tested him. Because she's like, I don't want to know what you're going to do. I don't want to know what you're going to do until you do it because I want to sleep peacefully tonight. Like, bro, like, this is your ally. There's 16 other people in the house. You make 17. There's 16 other people. Granted, 4 of them you can't touch. Okay, that's 12. So now you take the 12 and you take away 3 of those. So now you're down to 9. You got 1 of 9 people you can pick, bro.
That's me and you.
Exactly.
You ain't even cool with everybody. That's the only thing. That's the part that's crazy for me is like, it'd be different if I felt he had like all these different relationships. All I've really seen so far is him be cool with Kelly like that. And for him to sit here and be like, well, he's such a pussy. Because he's sitting here, he's just like, well, if I put up Kelly, then, that will be, that's like the safest thing for me. He's one of the, these type of people that, they claim they your homies. They claim they your buddy. But if they got to pick between you or somebody else being mad, they'll always pick you to be mad. Because they're like, well, you're my friend or whatever. So, I know if you're mad, if I do this to you, you'll still be my friend after this. And it's like, that logic never makes sense to me. Why wouldn't you piss off the outsider? Like, just because you do something for the ops don't mean the ops is going to be cool with you anyway. For this fool to sit here and talk about, bro, he was crying. He was crying. And then she started consoling him. I never seen no shit like this. She volunteers to go on the block. This fool's thinking about really putting her on the block. And then she has to console him because he's crying.
Lord Jesus.
This is the new age Big Brother, bro. This is the new age Big Brother. He begged and wanted to get this HOH. He gets the HOH, and now he's whining and crying about the responsibilities of HOH, bro. Like, for you to sit here and be like, it may be easier for me to put my own ally up, bro. I don't want to hear shit when you put her up and she go home. I don't want to hear it. I do not, bro, I in no way want to hear it. When you put her up on the block and she goes to the house, you get what you get, Vince. And so I don't know what his play is going to be. The smart move just seems to put up Jimmy at this juncture. And that's just based off the little bit of stuff we've seen. Production had a very tight hand on the cameras and letting us hear exactly who's gaming and all these other things. So I don't like the feeds. I don't like them. You can't pause. You can't rewind. There is no live chat. Like, I don't know. I think that CBS is making a turn. And I think that they're going all in on the casual fan this year. I believe that that's the play this year, is they're going to go all in on the casual fan. So that way, the casual fan can just watch the shows, and they hoping to just have the main audience like that. But it's clear, like, all the people called as feeders and, the hamster watchers and whatever you want to call them, they are trying to close that chapter of this. They're clearly trying to close that chapter of this. And even so much so that even in the social media spaces, CBS is leaking certain information to certain people so they can craft certain narratives and whatnot. That's why none of these people can really be trusted. Anybody trying to tell you anything without showing you any video proof, I would be highly susceptible of. And we will be having video proof. We should do a video later on today as soon as the veto ceremony happens, so that way you can know the results of the veto ceremony. But I wouldn't trust too many people that are just out here like Taryn Armstrong's getting ready to have a field day. He gonna lie so much this season, and nobody's gonna really be able to prove it. Nobody's gonna be able to prove it. People are gonna be talking about conversations that never happened. They're gonna be misconstruing conversations and everything. And one of the biggest things of this channel has always been timestamp or it didn't happen. And there's going to be a lot of timestamps missing. There's going to be a lot of timestamps missing. LNC is going to do the best that we can with it, but I mean, this is a very daunting task. It's I got to be honest, I'm very disappointed in the feeds coverage, and just if you are just somebody like the casual fan is going to be fine this year, but the shows so far, the shows are too busy. Now Wednesday we have one more 90-minute episode. Like the 90-minute episodes, we got to dial that back because it's not 90 minutes worth of content. Last night's episode could have been done in an hour, but they stretched it to 90 minutes. I did enjoy, the whole Ashley storyline because her logic was just silly, and then to go brag about it, and that's typical Big Brother. I would think that's extra petty if we were like in week 5, week 6, like, man, y'all really getting ready to try to throw her out over a shower. But in week 1, it's literally you just need to lay low and off the radar. Anything can put you on the radar. And something like that, yeah, it made her look extremely inconsiderate and whatnot. But I'll tell you, the most disappointing part of the feeds last night is finding out that Riley is ultra zesty. This fool painted his nails, and he was just sitting there drawing his nails like this. This is the cowboy. Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie. He looked like he either has or had an opioid problem. Like, and I'm sure he might have from injuries from the bull, but yeah, like Riley, I ain't feeling Riley at all. And him letting that girl paint his nails last night and then showing it off to other girls, like, and then Mickey come in and look at his nails talking about, yeah, those are beautiful. Those are beautiful.
Bitch, are you for real?
You see his nails? He was sitting there getting his nails painted, and bro, like you already, and he's like, you're the first person to ever paint my nails. Well, that's debatable. I don't know. I can't even vouch that was your first time getting your nails painted, but to each his own. Get in the comments right now. What do you think of last night's show? Rate last night's show. And if you saw the feeds last night, what did you think? And I feel sorry for everybody that couldn't stay up late last night, that wanted to watch the feeds, but you missed it because, you got life or whatever. Because that's the other thing. They're more protecting the house guests than anything. So whenever somebody does something, it's two things for me personally that I feel. They're trying to protect house guests from cancellation, even though nobody ever gets canceled. You'll just have a bunch of toxic people on social media saying some stuff, but they don't never really move no needle. And then on top of that, I think it's so people like Taryn can control narratives.
But the women,
because Taryn was lying like I don't know what when there were timestamps, and when you could go check the video. There's several times, and we've been showing this for years, that you go watch the video, it ain't nothing what Taryn said. Now it's going to be way different. You're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to look for these reviews and build your judgment from there. And I'm just telling everybody to tread with caution. Soon as I get all these files converted from last night, we'll be releasing a thing or two. We'll try to get some of that Keanu conversation up today with Vince, and maybe try to get some of the Mickey conversation up as well. But get in the comments right now. Let me know what you think. Hit the like button, hit the PayPal, Cash App, Venmo link in the description so we can hit our daily $20 goal. Shout out to the whole Real Late Night crew. Who is he going to put up? He should put up Jimmy, but it is looking like he could possibly put up Kelly. Well, it is what it is. We'll be back later with more news right here on LNC Big Brother. But then again, I'm probably lying. God is great. Peace. This fool wants to put up his own ally week 1 because he don't want to make the ops mad. What kind of shit is this?
I went to go give Jimmy a hug, and he just like wouldn't give me a hug, and I was like, okay. Now I knew it was because of that conversation.
Yeah, last night he came out of the diary room and he was like, "Good night, Ava."
I mean, this is some shameful shit.
But not you. Oh, yeah. I think he's trying to. Ava's obviously a number for us in our ideal situation, and he's trying to.
Ava's a number for me for sure.
He's trying to get her to his side because he knows she's like, I feel like the swing.
Okay, if Will falls next week, I'll be HOH because now I have a list of people I want to nominate. Ready to go. Well, multiple people have gone to Vince and said, I think you have an opportunity to put Jimmy up this week. And I'm like, what the